Hello students, we'll be discussing about the classification of things around us, like animals, tables, chairs, or even other human beings. All the things mentioned can be classified into two basic categories, either living or non-living things. You will find out as you listen attentively what category you belong. Living things are those things that have life in them and can carry out activities of life. Now, I believe you understand that you are a living thing, and as a living thing, there are certain things you can do, which differentiate you from non-living things. These distinctive traits are called characteristics. As living things, we can move, respire, feed, respond to stimuli, grow, excrete, reproduce, and ultimately die. Movement means a change in position. Both plants and animals can move to search for food or escape from danger. Respiration means the exchange of gases, which result in the production of energy. Organs for respiration include lungs, trachea in mammals, and gills in fishes. Nutrition is the act of eating to obtain nutrient from food for the sustenance of life. Animals are grouped into three depending on what they eat. Omnivorous, like carnivores, and herbivores. Irritability. This is the ability of plants and animals to respond to a stimulus. Plants respond slowly to stimulus, while animals' response is very, very swift. This makes the organism to be aware of dangers. Growth is the increase in size, width, length, and mass as a result of an increase in cell division. Excretion is the removal of harmful substances in the body. Living things carry out excretion using various organs like lungs, kidney, and skin in animals. Can you think of excretory organs in your body? Reproduction involves giving birth to organisms of the same kind to ensure continuity of life. Death. This is the final stage of all living things, when they cannot carry out any life activity. This table summarizes the classification of living things. Can you differentiate between plants and animals? Let's learn the differences now. Plants do not move from one place to another. Animals can move from one place to another. Plants are autotrophic in nature, that is, they make their food. Animals feed on plants or other animals, that is, they cannot make their food, and they are called heterotrophic. Plant growth occurs at the tip of roots and stems, whilst animal growth occurs in all parts of the body. Plants respond slowly to stimulus, whilst animals respond quickly to stimulus. Plants have no specialized or complex organs for excretion and respiration. Animals have specialized organs for excretion and respiration, such as kidney, gills, lungs, respectively. It is important to also note that organization of life ranges from cell, tissues, organ, system, and organism. We have elaborately discussed on plants and animals. So do you think plants and animals are important? Oh yes, they are. Now, let's talk about uses or what you call importance of plants and animals to human beings. Plants. They produce food for human beings in a process called photosynthesis. Herbs produced by plants are used for curing human diseases. Flowers produced by plants are used to beautify our environment. Oxygen produced by plants purify the atmosphere. Roots and leaves reduce soil erosion. Timber is used as furniture. Animals. Human beings get meat from other animals. Animals like donkey and camel are used as means of transporting people and load. Animals are used for security purposes, e.g., dogs. Cats, birds, etc. are kept as pets. Human beings sell animals and plants to earn money. Hi once again. In the previous section, we were told that living things around us could be classified as either living or non-living things. We discussed living things. Now it's time to discuss non-living things. Now, students, everything around us, including ourselves, is made up of matter. Now, do you know what matter is? If you don't, I'll tell you. Matter is anything that has mass and occupies space. It is made up of small parts called particles, and it can be concluded that everything in this world is matter. There are three states of matter, namely solid, liquid, and gas. Now let us discuss about the properties of states of matter. We'll first discuss about the properties of the solid state. The particles in solid are arranged in a regular pattern. Examples are ice block, stone, a piece of chalk, book, bottles, etc. Now let's talk about the properties of liquid state. The particles of a liquid are not held firmly together. Examples are water, kerosene, petrol, etc. Now we're going to discuss about the properties of gaseous state. Gas has no definite shape and volume and can fill any space into which it is put. Examples are oxygen, carbon dioxide, perfume, etc. Matter can be converted from one state to another. For example, ice block in the fridge can be converted to water by melting. Also, water can be converted to steam through the boiling process. Other processes which can convert matter from one state to another are condensation and sublimation. Examples of non-living things in our environment include metals and non-metals. Differences between metals and non-metals. Metals, they have metallic shine, what we call luster. Non-metals, they do not have metallic luster. Metals, they are malleable, that is, they can be hammered. Non-metals, they are brittle, therefore cannot be hammered into sheets. Metals, they are good conductors of heat and electricity. Non-metals, they are bad conductors of heat and electricity. Metals, they are generally strong and hard. Non-metals, they are generally soft. Metals, they are ductile, that is, can be drawn into wire. Non-metals, they cannot be drawn into wire. Examples of metals include copper, zinc, iron, aluminium, etc. While examples of non-metals include carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, chlorine, etc. You can also get more examples from the periodic table. We have come to the end of this lesson, and you should be confidently able to name examples of plants and animals, state the differences between plants and animals, state important uses of plants and animals, list and explain the characteristics of living things, and describe if you are a living or a non-living thing. Now, you should also be able to give examples of each of the metals you know of and non-metals that you know of. Thank you and God bless.